Gernot Wagner, how can smart economics save the world?
Make polluters pay. That's the principle. It's about as libertarian, as conservative, as lowercase conservative, I guess, as you can possibly be, but that's about it. It's not about restricting freedom, it's about opening choices, and it's about making sure that if you choose to do anything, you pay for the consequences.
The problem is it's hard to believe economists a lot of the time because their estimates are so far off. The scientists I believe, it's the economists I don't.
Well, actually, it turns out the uncertainties, and the uncertainties inherent in anything we do about global warming, for example, actually mean that we ought to be doing more right now, right? It's essentially keeping the option open, right? Basic option theory in a sense, that will tell us we ought to do more now in order to keep options for a healthy planet open to future generations.
All right, let's talk about global warming or overfishing. The big problem, it seems to me, is to keep the cheaters from cheating. If everyone abides by the rules, we're okay. But once you get one cheater, there's more. How do you stop it?
There's a bit of that, but first you need the rules. All right, the real problem, overfishing is a good example of this. Bluefin tuna, all right? There are currently very few rules that everyone would agree to, and frankly, no rules that actually really work. The kinds of things where you say everyone has property rights, right? Everyone owns a certain portion of the fish stock, and then you can say, okay, if you enforce those rules, you've solved the problem, but first you need the rules.
All right, well, let's switch from overfishing to clean energy. How do you intend to get people to accept solar and wind? Because when the price of oil drops, people tend to forget about them.
That's exactly the point, right? So it's all a price issue. You can talk about greenery as much as you want. If it doesn't pay to go green, people won't do it. That's what needs to happen. We need to make the price of oil, on the one hand, internalize the cost of this carbon cost in order to level the playing field and make sure that green tech actually pays.
So you propose a tax?
Sort of. I propose leveling the playing field. Now, that's the two sides of the same coin. One element to it is saying we want to make sure that you pay for the carbon pollution you cause. Well, for someone else, that's a tax, right? The ideal system, of course, is actually limiting emissions and creating a market here, right? It's not about taxing or sticking it to the man, right? It is about leveling the playing field, capping pollution, and ensuring that everyone pays the fair price.